Welcome to the Griffith Sciences PASS program at Griffith University and the Art of PASS.
Griffith University acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which we are meeting and pays respect to the elders past and present and extends that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people.
Griffith University is spread across 5 locations in Queensland, with Griffith Sciences based at the Gold Coast and Nathan campuses. The Gold Coast campus is our largest campus, situated near our world-famous beaches. The Nathan campus is located in Brisbane's lush Toohey Forest and is home to native wildlife including pythons and koalas.
Griffith University introduced PASS in 2008. We have 4 PASS coordinators for each of the 4 groups: Griffith Sciences, Health, Business, Arts, Education and Law. For Griffith Sciences, the program has gained momentum over the past 5 years, with PASS reaching around 2,000 students in 2020, and this is expected to rise this year through our hybrid face-to-face and online program.
When the COVID-19 pandemic forced Australia into lockdown, Griffith PASS leaders had to explore unknown territory and adapt to our new online medium known as Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. There is no doubt that the online environment is different to the on-campus experience, but we wanted to do our very best to deliver the best possible online experience for students. So, how did we do it?
Leaders quickly realised that students were working through activities faster in the online setting and had to develop a greater number and variety of activities for students to work through. The creation of the agenda slide helped students to outline what content they wished to focus on without directly asking them about what they were struggling with.
Activities had to be adapted to suit the features of Collaborate Ultra, as well as easy and visually appealing for students to participate in. This led to increased use of drawing, labelling, and online quiz-type activities using polls and other third-party platforms such as Kahoot and Quizzes.
Checking for understanding was one of the greatest challenges in the online environment, as leaders were unable to gauge this through facial expressions or body language. Senior leaders spearheaded the development of various slide templates to demonstrate to other leaders how to navigate this, using emojis, status indicators, multiple choice questions, and perhaps most creatively, traffic lights.
With marketing relying heavily on student presence on campus pre-pandemic, we had to devise new ways to reach both students and staff. The development of the Art of PASS video helped us reinforce to course staff the roles and responsibilities of the PASS leader and the benefits of the program. With Hilary and I fortunate to experience a full year of face-to-face PASS sessions in 2019 and a full year of online PASS sessions in 2020, we also created 3 training videos to support future leaders, as well as the leaders who did not receive the opportunity to run many on-campus sessions last year.
These videos emphasize how to open a session, how to create effective and engaging activities, and how to close a session for both online and face-to-face formats. These videos draw upon years of previous leaders' experience, as well as the experimentation and creativity of current leaders, paving the way forward for our new hybrid program. Now to introduce the creators of Australia's first PASS-related podcast, Martin and Daniel.
Hey everyone, I'm Martin.
And I'm Daniel, and we're the hosts of the PASScast. But Martin, what's the PASScast?
That's a very good question, Daniel. The PASScast is a fortnightly podcast run by Daniel and myself, where we talk about a range of PASS and non-PASS related topics in a way to try and get students engaged and really interacting with the PASS program, especially as we moved into an online environment. So it's a program where we tried to have different leaders on, get them sharing their stories, talking about PASS, talking about study skills, and overall trying to incorporate students in a friendly and more relaxed environment where they could really engage with us. But Daniel, how did we come up with this idea for the PASScast?
I wish I could say that we did, but it wasn't us. It was actually our students. So last year when we went to the online sessions, we had 2 leaders for our sessions, and you and I were paired together, and it worked out really well because we're really good friends outside of PASS, and that sort of demeanour between us came through very well in our PASS sessions, and our students really enjoyed the way we would banter and interact with each other and ended up making jokes about how they could just listen to us argue for hours. And so I mentioned that to you afterwards, that, hey, maybe we could do a podcast or something, and lo and behold, you ran with the idea, and here we are.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And, as with everything Pass, it was student led, and so is the idea of the PASScast. It was created by a student. But it's quite interesting because we do have a lot of engagement with it, and, it actually took off quite well amongst Pass leaders and, students that we wanted to really interact with. So we've got our statistics there, and, over the 4 episodes we've had over 135 unique viewers. So it's really taken off, and not just on our live platform, which is Twitch, where we stream all our episodes before they're released publicly, but also at our YouTube channel, on our other podcast platforms. So we have Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's just taken off quite well, and students have really loved the idea of being able to interact with us, and not only just to, I guess, talk to us, but also to ask us questions and get to know us a little more, particularly because they do have favorite pass leaders. No one can deny that. So it's been quite interesting to have them ask about what goes on in their lives and how they handle different issues like adversity or overcoming different inequities or things that are really troubling in their lives. So that's, I guess, was our overall intention, and it's worked quite well for us. So now we're looking to continue it and hope that we can keep running with it and making sure that it's going to be as educational and beneficial for students, particularly since now Griffith is running with that hybrid online model. It's been quite beneficial and good to see that we're able to maintain engagement in a face-to-face and online environment. And this is just one of the many ways you'll see in this video that we are able to do that. For our next presentation in this Art of Pass video series, we have Shay joining us tonight to talk a little bit about her experience with online Pass.
Before we go into that, Shay, can you tell us a bit about your study background?
So I'm actually a mature age student, and I come from a low socioeconomic background. Plus, on top of that, I'm not just the first person in my family to complete my secondary education, I'm the first person to go on and pursue tertiary education. So I definitely have not had a linear academic journey. It's been filled with a lot of challenges, and PASS has kind of played a key role in keeping me at university.
That's really good, thanks. So, what was your past experience like, and how did that help you when we did transition to online last year?
So I must admit, I didn't attend PASS in my first trimester, and I only started attending in my second trimester of my first year. So there was quite a stark difference in those trimesters and my entire experience of them. So the second trimester, when I was attending PASS pretty religiously, I didn't miss a single session. It had a huge impact on how I felt about university. So I felt like I was kind of on the same level as my peers when I came into that room. As a mature age student, sometimes there's like a bit of a gap between you and your peers since most are fresh out of high school. So PASS really just facilitated a sense of belonging at university for me. My PASS leaders were always so engaged, and I think the effort that they made to do things like, learn my name and ask me how my day was made a significant impact on how I wanted to come back and really attack university every day. So when we moved online, that same sense of belonging and really acknowledgement of them as a person was something I tried to replicate in my sessions. So I made a consistent effort to really just chat with my students that attended my sessions. I would come on 15 minutes early just to sit around and, ask how their day was, how are they handling the course, how are they handling uni in general, and giving them a place where they can feel seen, and that I think also, to keep it in the context, everyone was really studying at home alone during that time. So it was a very lonely period, I think, for the majority of the students. So it was one of the only times during the week where they would talk to other university students. And I think it was really key in keeping them engaged in their degree to know that, there were people in the same boat as them. So just connecting with them was something that I really tried to implement in my sessions.
Great. Thank you so much for that, Shay. And thank you for your time here today.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Our final presentation will be made by our lovely, fabulous PASS coordinator, Jackie, who will be talking about our hybrid PASS program and particularly how we managed to go online with our model to ensure that we could continue to engage students and really take the COVID-19 pandemic by storm.
As the PASS coordinator for Griffith Sciences, I'm incredibly proud of the wonderful PASS family that I get to work with. COVID-19 forced the team to quickly re-evaluate the delivery of PASS, and PASS leaders went above and beyond, as they usually do, to provide the best experience possible for students. Attendance in 2020 was our highest yet. This was the result of PASS leaders and senior leaders working so well together, supporting one another when isolation became a challenge, and continually looking at ways to use technology effectively. Microsoft Teams became our platform to keep in touch and share tips and resources. We had a team for leaders and senior leaders, as well as a team with channels for the courses supported each trimester. This has been an effective way to promote sessions and engage students. Sway was used to provide summaries of best practice after observations, for example, and it was a great way to share what leaders were doing. Leaders continually shared tips or resources that worked well. For example, one leader found that Padlet was a creative tool for revision summaries with links to videos and resources. It was released every few weeks to those attending PASS, so once word got out, it became an incentive to come to PASS. Another leader found that Snipboard was a great way to capture completed activities on the whiteboard and share the link with students in the chat function or by email. Kahoot is an old favourite, but Quizzes is the new kid on the block. Hilary and Dan's training videos were incredibly well received at the face-to-face training we ran in February. New leaders felt more confident after training as they had the training videos and a host of other how-to videos at their fingertips. They were also equipped with the skills to run sessions face-to-face or online, and this made such a difference when Brisbane went into a short lockdown in April. PASS didn't skip a beat. Not all academics fully understand what PASS leaders do. The Art of PASS video showcases what PASS leaders do behind the scenes. This backstage PASS has raised awareness and, as a result, elevated the credibility of the programme. Supporting students as they navigate their way through uni is a key aspect of PASS, and the PASScast takes this even further. Martin and Daniel focus on what matters to students and approach topics with sensitivity, understanding, and a sense of humour. For Griffith Sciences, the new normal for PASS is face-to-face and online. Scheduling is not straightforward, but what students want is what matters, and they want flexibility and choice. What better way to finish than hearing from some of the amazing PASS leaders about why PASS Online works and why it should be there to complement face-to-face PASS.
What do you like most about having PASS sessions online?
I think the thing I like most about having PASS sessions online is that there are so many different activities that we can do with the students, and it makes the session a lot more fun.
I like that everybody is able to share their ideas at the same time.
I think online PASS session attracts more students and increase engagement, as IT students are generally more used to the online environment and are more attentive virtually.
I love that students could ask questions anonymously because it means that those students who might be a bit scared to speak up can ask their questions too.
I enjoyed getting to see everyone draw on the slides and never knowing whether you'd see something great or something awful and having a bit of a laugh about it occasionally.
I think having the opportunity to meet a range of students from Griffith's different campuses.
Students can join PASS from any location, on the bus, at the beach, or even Peru.
What makes you happiest about having face-to-face sessions again?
It makes me happiest seeing students interact with each other and connect, like slowly becoming friends as they talk to each other one-on-one or as a group while they study.
I love seeing the students and I love seeing the students interact with each other. I think it's just such a fun session.
I love that PASS is face-to-face again, because not only can I see how the students are receiving the activities, but you also know that there definitely is group work going on, which is the main idea behind PASS.
Face-to-face PASS allows us to rebuild the student community, encourage students to make friends, and allow them to receive in-person peer-to-peer support.